Welcome to Into Abundance, a Soulvana podcast with Regan Hillyer, self-made multi-millionaire, serial entrepreneur, philanthropist, best-selling author, and the world's leading spiritual guide on abundance, prosperity, and soul set. In this podcast, Regan brings you the most powerful ideas, concepts, stories, wisdoms, and inspirations to help you rise and expand into higher levels of success, abundance, and prosperity in all aspects of your life.
Hi there, it's Regan Hillyer here, and welcome to the Soulvana podcast. I'm a speaker, a coach, and entrepreneur, and I'm really excited that for this episode, we're going to be diving into what is a 5D business template. Many people think that businesses aren't alive. Many people think that businesses are created from someone's mind, or someone might say that they had an idea which started a business. But my question is, where did that idea come from? Is it from the mind, or is it handed to us and translated through the mind in order for us to actually translate it into the 3D physical reality which we live in right now? Every single business has a higher consciousness. Every single business, I truly believe, is a living divine being looking to come down and be embodied and materialized through the 3D physical structures that we then create in the 3D world. Now, when you start realizing that your ideas aren't yours, but they are actually looking to come through you and be embodied, you start realizing how powerful this really is. Have you ever had an idea where you receive an idea and you think, wow, that's a great idea, and for whatever reason you don't act upon it? And then maybe some days or some weeks or months or even years go past, and all of a sudden you see someone else has your idea and you can't believe it. You might even say, they took my idea. How dare they? That was my idea. Yet, was it your idea, or was that idea actually handed and channeled through both your channel and someone else's channel, yet someone else actually embodied it and took action on it, where for whatever reason you chose not to, and you didn't allow the business to come through and be materialized into the 3D reality which we live in today? When you truly understand this concept, we can go a little bit deeper and we can start really tapping into the fact that every single business, when you access it in the fifth dimension, has a certain template associated to it. This template is an energetic structure which maintains and contains all of the pieces of information, the vibrations, the frequencies, the wave patterns, the pieces of the codes. Everything is encompassed within this template. And when you start connecting with this template, you start realizing again that this template within your business has its own consciousness. Now, when you start connecting with this template, and when you start going deeper with it, and you start actually realizing that because it is a living being from the fifth dimension, you are able to have a relationship to it, all of a sudden you start opening a channel of communication. If I'm looking to develop something within my education business, for example, I don't sit down and ask myself, from my mind, what's a good idea? Well, someone else did this, so maybe I'll do that. I see someone else marketing like this, so maybe I'll just take that idea and do it like this. I mean, I could do that, but really I'd be manufacturing the development if I was to develop my business in this way. What I do instead is I use my tools. I tap into my journaling or my meditation, my activations, and I allow myself to open up and intentionally connect simply through thought, requesting that right now I connect to the template of my education business in the fifth dimension. And once that established connection takes place, I simply start asking the business questions. How would you like to be developed? What would your marketing look like in the highest possible way? What can I do in my physical embodiment in order to show up and actually support the growth of the business to shift into the highest frequency possible? And when I start asking these questions, I then become open. I become available. I open and I expand and I listen. And I choose to trust the information which comes through, even if it's not logical, even if it's different to what someone else is doing in business. I choose to open and say yes to that, because I know that I am deeply in service if I'm allowing this awesome information to come through the channel from the template of the business from the fifth dimension, rather than getting in my ego and my mind and thinking that because I've grown businesses before, I know exactly what to do. So do these 5 things. Again, that can only get you to a certain point. So I invite you right now, if you already have a business or multiple businesses, to, in your own daily practice, begin to tune in and connect and start asking to connect with the heartbeat, the soul, the template of your business in the fifth dimension. Start asking some of the questions we went through today. You might be surprised to the answers that you receive. If you're looking to start a business, or maybe birth a business, or maybe go into business for the very first time ever, please start this way. Start again, not from the mind, not from grasping anything outside of you, but instead by starting to ask these questions and through your own intention, connecting with your business template from the fifth dimension. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm excited to dive deep with you on another episode really soon.
Dear listener, if you resonate with Regan and her style and would like Regan to help you rise, expand, and manifest greater levels of abundance, you'll absolutely love her free immersions and her journey on Soulvana. To get and experience more abundance magic from Regan, simply visit soulvana.com/Regan or click the link in the description of this episode. Would you like Regan to cover a specific topic on her podcast, help you with a specific challenge, or answer your question, or perhaps send a message to Regan? Simply visit soulvana.com/Regan or click the link in the description of this episode. Thank you so much for being here, and we can't wait to connect with you energetically in another episode. See you soon.